Hi everybody, this is Tidepool 0.0.11, which implements KM12, which is Shared Server Realm. This one was a real bear. I had to basically restructure all the code and separate it out between three component pieces: Storymill, Storybot, and Tidepool. But the good news, I got through it, and Tidepool is connecting with Storymill. Let's have a look. Okay. First, actually, let's look at the database. This is the Storymill database, and you can see these tables here. The ones with SM are Storymill specific, and the ones with SB are Storybot specific. Storybot is the link between Storymill and Tidepool. So I'm going to deploy Storymill. I have to put in a password. And it's going to load things up and create the necessary tables. Now, the difference between what I'm doing here and what you've seen already is that I'm not using a local database, I'm using a server database, a full Java EE6 industrial strength database that can be shared by hundreds of thousands of users potentially. Okay, so you can see that it made this SB agent, SB item, and SB word tables, and that they currently have nothing in them. Well, that'll change as soon as I run Tidepool for the first time. So let's run Tidepool 0.0.11. Now we still have a local database, but we're going to use that for caching so that you don't have to connect to the server all the time. Okay, it created a random world. Now, a couple of things that to note before we look into the Storymill stuff is I did a couple of things for my girls who really wanted to have some changes made. The first is, by default, we just have this kind of green, grassy ground. We still have all the other stuff that we showed you, all the topo stuff, but this is a new mode that is a little simpler. I also added sounds. Currently, the only way to do sounds is when you melt and cast, it plays a sound. So here, well, if you hover over an item, it plays a random note, and then if you hit right-click, it melts and makes a little sound like that. Now, that's actually from my mouth, which is kind of amazing that it came out sounding so machiny. And then again, if I cast, it makes another sound. Now that one you can tell is me. I also made it possible, if you look at the sounds directory, you can see there's the cast sound and the melt sound, but you can also do individual word sounds and define them on a thing-per-thing basis. So let's go look for a flying car or djembe. There's a flying car. So if I hover over that, you're going to hear the custom sound. And yes, that is my my daughter. And I don't think I can see djembe anywhere around here. Djembe is our parrot, and we have an actual parrot sound in here somewhere, but I'll have to look for him later. Okay, so this world was created anew, and let's take a look at the database. Now, before this was all blank, but if I refresh, you can see that we now have 33 words. These are all the things that I can build in Tidepool. Likewise, I have 100 items. Now this should change. Let's go in there and let's melt some stuff. And cup o' coffee. Alright, so as you can see, the world now has 97 items. Also, there's one agent, and you can see the latitude and the longitude of the agent. So if I walk around, let's go up to Migu, and refresh, watch the latitude and the longitude. it's changed, as well as my crystal count. Whenever I get stuff, the crystal count is changing. So this doesn't seem like much, but it's actually a big deal. We have true client-server communication between Tidepool, the client, and Storymill, the server. And we're using Enterprise Java Beans 3. So this is pretty industrial strength. We could have thousands of people connecting at the same time, which is what we're going to do in the next couple of issues. So stay tuned.